Hey, what's up, people? So, Castlevania just got a new animated show on Netflix, and it is awesome. I just absolutely love it. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It was amazing. So, for those of you not familiar with it, Castlevania is based off the Castlevania video games, specifically the third one, which is a prequel to the first two. And admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the Castlevania lore. I've played some of the games. I've never really, honestly, beaten any of them, but I have enjoyed them, and I'm familiar with the characters. So I was pretty excited to watch this animated series because, one, I love animation if you've been watching my channel, and two, I love video games, so animated adaptations of video games are absolutely in my wheelhouse. So, like I said, this show is just absolutely gorgeous, and the story is good. So, first of all, this show reminds me of, for any anime fans, Vampire Hunter D or Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, one of those two movies. For obvious reasons, you have someone who's a vampire hunter and he goes up against supernatural forces. But another way this reminds me of that is the gorgeous animation. You know, those two movies, especially the first one for its time, just looked absolutely amazing. So this show looked just as good as one of those movies. Of course, animation has advanced, so that's probably one of the reasons, but still, it looks freaking amazing, and I love it. So for any animation fan or anime fan, definitely go check this out. But the story is also really good. So, a little bit of spoilers here, not too much, but it's the premise of the show. So, pretty much, Dracula's wife was captured by the church, and they burned her at the stake because she believed in science, and they thought science was the work of the devil and it was blasphemy. So one day while Dracula was out roaming the world or whatever, they captured her and they burned her at the stake, you know, for being a witch. And when he gets back, he finds out and he is not happy. He is not happy whatsoever. So he goes there to the city where she was burned, and she tells everyone that, hey, I'm giving you 1 year and then I'm coming with an army and I'm slaughtering all of you. And spoilers, he comes back with an army a year later and he slaughters almost everyone. But that isn't good enough for him, so the army starts spreading out across the world and destroying every village and everything. So that's pretty much the world right now. It's being ravaged by Dracula's armies and whatnot. But that's just kind of the premise of the story. The main character of the story is actually Trevor Belmonts, and again, he's one of the characters from the game. And the Belmonts are known vampire hunters. Pretty much almost every Castlevania game is stars of Belmonts or has the Belmonts in it. And Trevor Belmonts is one of the first, I guess, at least video game wise. I know there's a few prequels to take place before the third Castlevania, but I'm not too familiar with it. But, you know, like I said, he's one of the first that we're familiar with in the story's lore at least. So he is a reluctant hero. Like, all this stuff is happening, the hordes are going across and slaughtering people, but he just doesn't want to get involved. He's kind of this, he's not necessarily broken, but he's kind of given up. Like, he just wants to go to the bar and drink, and he doesn't really care about saving people, even if they need his help. I mean, he's not a bad person, he just kind of doesn't really care, because his family was ostracized, and they were also all slaughtered, and he's the last of the Belmont line. Because they used to go around killing vampires and monsters and stuff like that, and the church said, "Oh, that's blasphemous." So his family was killed, and he's the final one. So he's kind of given up. He's just like, I don't want to do it. But he kind of gets reluctantly dragged into it, and at first he's out of practice, but towards the end of the first season, he becomes, you know, this badass vampire hunter or demon slayer. So I love Trevor Belmont in this. He's kind of like this asshole, but like the cool kind of asshole. But he does have these moments of caring. Like, there's this group of people called the Speakers, I want to say, and he tries to save them in the first season. He knows they're good people. Like, out of everyone, he's like, I know you're good people. You know, you should try to save yourselves, because they go to this town, or he goes to this town where they're stuck, and the town's about to be attacked by all the demons at nightfall, so he's trying to convince them to leave, and that's kind of how he gets involved. You know, in order to save them, he performs a few duties for them. But like I said, this show is really great. It's really short. That's one of the only flaws I really have for it. It's 4 episodes. from what I read originally, this was just going to be like a direct to DVD or just a short movie that they hopefully thought it would get picked up. But apparently, I guess Netflix heard about it and they loved the idea, so they decided to pick up the series or the movie, and they decided, hey, let's cut it up into 4 episodes, and then we'll greenlight you for a second season, and then you can have more episodes. Just initially 4 to see how it does, and then 8 more to see if it still does really great. Which right now, supposedly is doing really great, which is fantastic. I'm hoping we get a few more seasons. They go out to several different of the video games, like Symphony of the Night, which was a fun game. Again, I never beat it, but people said it was amazing. I haven't played it since it first came out back in the day. So, like I said, a great story. That's pretty much my only flaw, that it is short. Other than that, it has good story. It takes its time to develop. There's not too much action, but the action that is there is good. And that's one of the things that I liked. I was afraid that it just might be this action, gory type thing where Trevor Belmont is just going around slaughtering demons and it's like this gore fest, which wouldn't be bad, but story-wise, stuff like that tends to suffer. So it's a good story and it has a good setup. It introduces a few more characters that are going to be vital for the second season, especially at the end. Like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's a character who joins the show at the end who's a big deal in the Castlevania lore, and there's a badass, amazing fight that you guys, seriously, go check it out. If you're a Castlevania fan, animation fan, you gotta check out that fight. Check out the entire series. It's amazing. So again, amazing show. I can't stop, saying how great it is. It's fantastic. Go check it out. I keep saying it. Check it out. Check it out. It is fantastic. It is amazing. I loved it. And I can't wait for the second season, which unfortunately comes out in 2018. Hopefully it's early 2018, but regardless, the second season's already greenlit, so I'm happy. If I were to rate this show, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10 because I absolutely loved it. My only flaw was that it was short and it just kind of ended. But again, it's setting up, the rest of the series. Like I said, Netflix just kind of picked it up and they were already far along, so they're just like, just make it into a show and we'll turn it into a bigger series later. So those are my only 2 flaws, but they're not enough to knock it down below 10, honestly, because they're understandable. So like I said, 10 out of 10, go watch it. It's a must for any video game fan, for any Castlevania fan, for any animation fan, for any anime fan, for just fans in general, like vampire fans. I don't really care. Just go watch it. Like I said, it is great. It is fantastic. I loved it. I think you will enjoy it at least. So go check it out. As always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. What did you think of the show? Did you think it was garbage? Do you think there are better animated adaptations out there, like the Street Fighter movies? Let me know down below. And again, as always, thank you for watching. We appreciate it, and catch you on the next one. Hey, if you like this video, we have several other awesome videos you can check out. And again, thanks for watching.